It's clean, Shatava.
It's clean.
Yes, ma'am. Check. Yeah, it's clean. We got to square away, sister. Baby just jacked the joystick. He just took it. He took it and put it all the way over there.
I want everybody to be seen.
Look at
He's burning them cameras.
Yeah, it's like
I got my little one right here.
Oh, it's like I see you said it's multiple, so other people. So she put her phone up there too.
Yeah.
She's on us.
You know, I'm ratchet with my
water bottle.
I like to read comments that it gave to
I know.
Look at the Marshmallow Man right there.
it's
Oh, this was the phone?
Yeah.
I met her. She just
Oh, this is so cute.
That's her.
Good morning, guys.
She's been to like every.
Oh, it's so early.
Yeah, it was actually she's in my wedding too. She was the host of my wedding.
What? So you got married?
Y'all had started dating when I first met you. I was shooting at your studio, and she was having lunch with you. And I was like,
You were shooting at my studio. Oh, I do remember that.
Years ago, we were shooting a reality show or something. I'm like, baby.
Check. What up, Terrence?
She's amazing.
She is.
It's so early for my people.
Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Got an awesome show for you today. Got some cool people hanging out with us today. As a matter of fact, today's show is being brought to you by Brian Jobert at LMB Tax Service. Check him out. He's been doing this thing since 1996, to be more specific, how they say down there at FB Studios. Hey, you can check out his website, lbtaxservice.com. I got my very special guest co-host in the building today. It is a Wednesday. Y'all know what that means. Cherie.
Say it right.
I'm gonna ask her why she's sore today. I'm gonna tell you how you're getting into a relationship because the text messages change during the what is it, the courting season?
Yes, the courting
session, whatever we call it. But I'll tell you how our text messages have changed. And also, speaking of relationships, don't forget tonight, 7 o'clock is 20 Years of Count with Michael and Tasha.
Yes.
And then right after that is T Marie Radio with T Marie and Q. They got Sammy coming on tonight.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, remember
Sammy?
Sammy?
Up here.
Yeah, you got a show tonight though.
We'll talk about that on the next week.
Hey, guess who we got coming hanging out with us today? I'll tell y'all that part when we come back. But we got some people to talk about today. As a matter of fact, who's in the news? Michelle Obama is in the news. I'll tell you what her book is doing. She's doing pretty good.
Absolutely, pretty good.
She did all right with that book.
Yeah,
I'll tell you about that. Also, prosecutors have decided to drop the charges.
Okay.
Woo. R. Kelly is walking away. Oh no, not R. Kelly.
Yeah,
Jesse,
wrong brother.
my bad. Wrong brother. Wrong Chicago brother. My bad. But I'll tell you about that. Also, Marvel's new promotions and stuff like that. We'll talk about that. I'll tell you about we got a That's What You Get award too.
Yeah.
You know, when somebody do something real stupid, that's what you get. We'll talk about that today. Also, we got your birthdays and shout outs, your national days, on this days, all that stuff. Sharia's in the building.
Hey y'all. Good morning.
Carlos over there looking super duper cool. And don't forget, there go Brian Jobert right there. Is Brian coming in today?
I don't think so.
Did he text you?
Nope.
Okay, we're gonna find out if he's here.
He
I'm
never
downstairs. Hey, we come back. We got more. It's Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Wake up, let
go. Hey, Natasha. Here, I feel like we friends now.
Check. Okay, that sounds better. Check.
Why you tell me Shatavia was coming in this bill?
Hey,
You know she talking too.
I do.
Gosh, you know everybody.
We met a while ago.
God is good. We were on the set. We were doing this.
What are we
Hair,
doing?
makeup, modeling.
I don't know. I don't even remember. That was either something with fashion.
Bronner Brothers.
Bronner Brothers. Yes, you were one of my models.
Yes, and
Wow.
your other model, that it was a young girl you she was coming up.
Put your mic up.
Oh my gosh.
Who's that girl? Oh, I think it was my daughter's friend. She went to Archer High School. Her name Tina. Was it Tina?
Check.
No, it wasn't Tina. She was a light skinned girl with big pretty or mixed girl.
Yes. What is she? I need her.
I don't know. My daughter's gone and got to college, so I don't know nobody. I don't even live out there no more.
Right. I remember this. She had the
You
big
got a daughter in college?
Cause you had, yeah. Second year.
I still got those pictures of you too.
You do?
In that jumpsuit.
Yeah, I did two shows with you. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it. Yeah, if I had that silver something.
Yeah,
I still
know
got them too. I was skinny.
No, that was me. Act right.
Fabian, maybe we should just what we need to start talking about because it's a connection right there. Hey.
I'm gonna get on Fabian.
Somebody had that brick for you, Mike, over there on Anacostia.
Hey.
He was over.
Hey, hey. He's like, Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I just got it back from DC.
Oh, did you? Shout out to DC.
It was good. We launched Comcast.
What up, Terrence? Over here eating healthy? Yes, we is. I gotta turn that phone around so y'all can see everybody.
We not eating it.
Mornings with Michael and Friends. Power 108.9. Got an awesome show for you today. Got some cool people hanging out with us today. As a matter of fact, Shatava is gonna be hanging out with us today. Shatava, you say you know Shatava from somewhere.
Yes,
You
yes,
do? Okay.
yeah. We go way back.
We're gonna talk to her. She's got a special project coming up. That prom. It's time for prom.
It is,
She has
yeah.
something special for prom. We'll talk
Ah.
about that and how it gets started. You ready to talk to her? No? Let me turn her mic off. So
He
can
hurried
talk
up
to
and was like,
her. Bam. Yep. Turn it off. Also, the FB Studios is in the building.
whoop, whoop.
The FB of FB Studios
For
is in
real?
the building. Yes.
The man.
Y'all probably saw him Monday. He was on Love and Hip Hop. I think he was on season premiere.
It don't even
I
surprise
didn't
me.
get a chance to see it though. Tasha saw it. I said, "Did you see Fabian on that?" She was like, "Which one is Fabian?" It's been so long, but Fabian and I go way back too.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We go
They're trying to
way,
have
way
a
back.
relationship.
Yes, we is. Yes, we do. Yeah, we cool too. We're gonna talk to Fabian. He's gonna be hanging out with us today. And the old face in the building. And he's not old face. I don't mean it that way, but an old friend. Hey, today is National Joe Day.
What's that?
Enjoy a cup of Joe today with all of your friends named Joe or Joey or Joseph or Josephine or Joanne or Jody.
Somebody's Jody.
Somebody's Joe today. March 27th is National Joe Day. Now, according to the Social Security Administration, the name Joseph was ranked number 6 between the years of 1893 and 1899. Behind what names? John, William, James, George, and Charles. In 1910, it moved to 5th place. And then from 1911 to 2005, it was ranked number 12 or lower. But the thing about Joe, nobody named their kids Joe anymore.
No.
Or Joseph. Yeah. It's a biblical name.
Right.
Right.
Now it's like Jaquana Katia, Joe.
The names are more unique now.
Right.
Sharia is hanging out with us on this Wednesday as always. And don't forget today's show is brought to you by Brian at Jobert, LMB Tax Service. So you were twerking last night.
Hello?
You took on a new profession?
Somebody. I was starting.
You stripping now?
No, I thought I could go to Magic City, but I couldn't. I didn't make it. The dude said, no, don't you go down there doing no application. But I got the arch down pat. I got the formation. And child might say my lower back hurt.
So what happened? It was a dance class or something?
Yes, dance class. But somebody named Mooney something. I don't know. But I was really looking for the Afro beats because,
With that being said, Fabian Butts is in the building. The FB Studios. What up, Fabian?
What's going on?
Long time no see.
Most definitely, dude.
Look at you, man. You looking good. Got married on us.
Married life to do that to you.
Right.
Married life to do that. And you gain weight too. I gotta lose.
I didn't say that. You look great, my brother. How are things going down at FB Studios, man?
Man, things are amazing. It's like I'm actually going under a remodel now. So remodeling the studio, updating it. God's blessed. Did some big contracts. So got a lot of new equipment now, a lot of new stuff. So it's just amazing the amount of people that's coming through, being able to really help people and just shape people's future and careers in the industry, and just work with a lot of good vendors and boutiques and designers and things of that nature. It's amazing.
Man, so I remember, I think when we first met, you were just opening FB Studios, or you were just opening, and I'm talking about it was raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, remember the bed? Do you still have the bed?
Actually, I just tore that down. That's part of the remodel.
Okay, yeah, we had the bed, we had the.
I'm married now, so
We had this. It's like a floating bed, right? What is that?
levitated.
Yeah, the levitate.
Sound
You gonna say levitating?
Waterfall in the headboard.
Yeah,
On the construction.
I must be on the other side.
yeah. And Fabian can build anything. Like I'm gonna be about to holler at him after the show because we got some remodeling we trying to do in here. So Eddie was like, "Yo, don't forget to ask Fabian about that design idea we got." But how did you come up with the concept? What prompted you to open FB Studios?
Actually, ironically, through construction, man, I was they used to fly me out to LA to build out studios, and I was just doing so much consulting and telling me you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. When I was out there, I ended up remodeling a whole like 6,000 or 7,000 square foot studio in LA, and I thought about it. I was like, when I get to Atlanta, get back, and when I find a spot, to open my own studio.
Yeah.
I wasn't planning on shooting.
Yeah.
I was just, you have to forget, my business model is to be the pimp, not the
Gotcha.
worker. So I was like, I'll just rent the studio out, tell the photographers, let them do their thing, whatever, make money off of it, have a dope studio. And then I fell in love.
Yes, because I remember some of those first pictures you used to do. Like, you used to just play around. Like, it was just like, you pull that camera. I remember we did the shoot for Late Nights with Michael. What was it? Late Nights with.
That was before I even knew how to use lighting. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, we shot a pilot for Late Night Talk Show.
Really?
Yeah, it was Late Night with Michael McFadden. I think that was the name of it. And that's the footage that we're looking for. Because we got the footage. Yeah, I got it. It's on a flash drive somewhere. And he asked me, like, what? It's been 3 years? Or how long has it been?
It's been like almost 5.
Really? It's been almost 5 years. Then he finally come 5 years later. Hey, Michael, you got that flash drive? Like,
It's a one of these boxes.
But back then, though, like I said, you used to just shoot for fun, man. What was it about shooting that got you to this point?
It was a vent. It was a vent for me to vent my creativity. Because like in construction, I can only be so creative as your budget. So I'm not building a Taj Mahal if you're paying for a little house on Simpson Road.
Right.
So basically, but with photography, I started having all these different creative ideas. If you look at my work, I specialize in doing things that you just wouldn't think that are natural.
Right.
Like having a woman dressed in fire, or having them literally wear water and have them just engulfed in sand, and all of it's in my studio. And it's dope and it's creative, and I do things that other people don't do. That's why I just had found my niche and I found a passion. That's why I'm really happy for my wife. She's so supportive of everything that I do. Big shout out to my baby, Janelle.
Oh,
Hey, girl, hey.
That's your
But,
partner.
yeah, that's
Got
crazy.
you a
Y'all
good one,
even
girl.
love each other. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Fabian Butts of FB Studios. Hey, if y'all want to check out some of that work, you can go to his Instagram right now, FB Studios, right?
Yeah.
FB Studios.
It's plain and simple. I remember Fabian had 4 followers.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the man now.
4
I don't even
followers.
know he had that when I met him.
I can't even get a like from him no more. Like,
Oh,
that's
you
too
too big.
I do
You too
like
big.
that.
That's how they do. Hey, when we come back, Fabian's in the building. Also, I got another special guest in the building that you know.
I know. Today is my day.
It's your
Normally he bring up strangers and I'd be like, school. What you do?
Shatava's in the building. We're talking about what she got going on. And also, we're going to talk about this relationship between Sharia and I and how it's
Now that I got
evolved
my twerk together.
over the... No, the twerk
That's-
has nothing to do with
No, that's why I got both. Bracelet,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
when you get a little confident in yourself, you feel like,
I said, don't start no rumors. Man.
no.
Hey, when we come back, we got that. Michelle Obama's kind of happy because her book may become the best-selling memoir of all time
Oh, I'm sure.
after selling 10 million copies. Yeah, including hardcore, audiobooks, ebooks since its release. 10 million copies. Boy, she's doing diamond
That tour
numbers.
helped it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I need to be first lady of
Yeah.
something.
45 maybe.
No.
Hey, when we come back, we got more birthdays and shout outs, all that good stuff. On this with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9.
You got any friends, Fabian, in the first male industry? Looking for a first lady.
About to move y'all.
Them
I know that's the worst.
Sorry, y'all. You got this behind the scene.
Michael, he always be like that. Hey, Lala, what's going on, Bessie?
I meant to
Thanks
turn
for
this
tuning
way
in.
last time. Before we started.
Um,
There go Fabian.
you a married my friend.
No, that's not Mason.
Now we gotta go on a date. Now we gotta talk. She watching. She up with you.
She should be, hopefully.
You should be up. Or she down at the TNN building.
That's what she's gonna do.
It's good though. You mentioned the key thing, my brother. You said that support.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, and you're out here doing your thing, it's definitely that's first base. You gotta have somebody that's in that rabbit hole with you.
Show.
She's the most supportive woman I've ever been.
Hey, Laura.
I'm trying to get
Nothing
them.
challenge on you.
Shirley, I'm trying to get them lessons.
The twerk.
Yeah.
Janelle. I should come. I'm gonna see Janelle want to go meet Wednesday for my birthday. Janelle can teach us how to dance. What you talking about?
No, she can, but she's more whiny. She's
Yes,
Caribbean.
that's what I
So
want.
she whines. There's a difference between whining and
And
twerking.
throwing it back out.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
It was at somewhere called.
Sorry,
It was down on Whitehall.
Rhythma.
Yes, it was at Rhythm.
They do
You
like
don't like
twerk
it.
classes.
They do a lot of
Days.
classes in there.
I just
well,
don't like the owners.
Tuesday. You know, like the audience.
The owners.
Oh, the
I
owners.
remodeled it when they first opened the building.
Oh,
But they were super cheap.
we should come back and remodel.
There we go, y'all. Sorry. Hey, Laura. Good morning.
That's like 10
Oh,
years
Whitehall, I need to be passing over
7
there.
years ago.
We was packing. It was
Okay.
definitely had a piece. But you know, I can say the guys. They're I guess they were kind of like
Oh, you know, that's
to
the
us.
thing, yeah. Was it a guy teaching?
The guy who said, "Baby,
It's just something about learning how to
check,
twerk from a guy that's
check.
just.
I wonder
Check.
if this guy.
I just
Twerking
can't,
from
no,
a guy.
No,
Right.
I mean my
No, I'm
figure
with
ain't like yours, so
No,
it's like
Michael
you sucking
Lyons.
more bone.
his booty was voluptuous. He might have had some push implants. Because his booty was just, and he had an automatic arch.
So he
his
had,
thing
so he was
popping,
tooting
pop,
and
pop, pop.
everything.
Yes.
And, you know, it's just something about a man tooting and whining. Oh, let me get on.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't know how I feel about that.
I was
You know,
really, it's really
I-
fun.
You know,
You have to come.
You
yeah, it's,
It's fun. Just
Okay.
take the all that away.
and then just get into it. He gonna be sweating and
He
body
was
rolling
sweating.
and stuff.
The fake faux dread.
Yeah.
They think it's faux dread.
He was singing. He was singing.
Yep. Real band.
Mornings with Mike and my friends. Power 108.9. Hey, today's show is brought to you by Brian Jobert, L&B Tax Service. He's been doing this thing since 1996.
He's a legend.
He also gives some great advice, financial advice. as
Yes, he
well.
does.
Hey, if you need some help with your money,
Mhm.
hit Brian up, lbtaxservice.com. Fabian Butts is in the building with us today. Also, got a new face in the building today.
Yes.
It's our first time meeting Miss Shatava
What's
Is
up,
it?
guys?
Lindsay. Is that right?
Yeah, you said it exactly right.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You from Chattanooga?
I am from Chattanooga, Tennessee, born and raised.
Shout out to Chattanooga. That's where Ursha from, right?
But Ursha.
Is that where he from? Is he from? He from Chattanooga, right?
I have no
Ursha?
idea.
Yeah,
Thank you,
he's from
Carlo.
Chattanooga.
He's from Chattanooga, and Justin Timberlake is from Memphis.
Yes.
Okay. I just had to get my Tennesseans right.
A lot of Tennessee love.
Yeah. What's going on with you? What you doing over? What you doing over there? You talking to your
Oh,
fans?
You
Your
know,
fans
I'm
up
just
this
trying to
morning?
get on live this morning. I don't think my people up at this early.
Everybody up. They gotta go to
You gotta
work.
be on
People got stuff to
Facebook.
do.
You know, I guess so. I guess. I'm not usually up this early.
Well, we're happy you're
Nobody.
up this morning.
Yes.
Y'all know each other.
Yes, we
pretty.
do.
Yeah. Y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. I've been
Yeah.
drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
You talking about me?
You're handsome, not pretty. She's pretty.
Call me
Thank
what you
you.
want. Hey, but y'all know each other. How
Yes.
did it? How y'all know each other?
The beauty industry.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
In the fashion industry. I'm
Okay.
a designer, so I make custom clothing.
Okay.
And Cherie wore one of my custom outfits before for me.
Nice.
So she looks really good in it. too.
I did. We have to
Yes.
find that picture and show you.
Yeah, we gotta find that picture.
We got to find that footage from the talk show shoot.
We
I got
definitely
it.
need to see that.
Fabian, I got it. I promise you, I do. We had Kwanzaa Hall on the show.
112.
112. No, it was Michael Keith, not the 112. Yeah, same thing. And Dr. Heavenly was on the show too. Yeah, like right before she hit it real big with Married to Medicine, we had Dr. Heavenly hanging out with
She's
us.
really
So,
Yeah.
but back to you, Ms. Shatava.
Yes.
What brought you to Atlanta?
What brought me to Atlanta is business. You know, the fashion industry here is amazing. What I like about Atlanta is everybody likes to look different. And that's what I specialize in. I specialize in making you your own personal you in the designs that I create.
Okay.
Also, my boutique store I have here in Atlanta in Sandy Springs. So Just a big thing here in fashion. And one of the things that I love is giving back to my community.
Okay.
So I'm working on a huge prom dress drive right now. No matter how big we get, we can never forget to give back.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I come from humble beginnings. Prom was a big thing for me, and I know how it is for young girls that want to go to prom but just can't afford it. So every year for my birthday in February, I start my prom dress drive where I say, instead of giving to me, I'm asking you guys to give back. So I ask all ladies and gentlemen, if your daughters or someone that you know have prom dresses, bring them to me, gently used. I get them all dry cleaned. I alter some of them, been a designer, and I give them all back. I give them all back to girls, single fathers, single mothers who can't afford prom dresses for their kids. And prom dresses are expensive.
Yeah.
So
Can only imagine.
yeah, I get so much joy off seeing the smiles on their faces when they know that they're receiving a free prom dress.
It is the second annual Runway Boutique presents the prom dress drive.
Yes.
You remember your prom?
Yes, I do remember my prom. It was a big deal. You got to get the hair together, the makeup, the shoes. I don't think guys understand what girls go through.
You remember your prom song? Because a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, it was National Promposal Day. You remember it's the day that's where everybody do the invite to the prom, and we were asking the question back then. You remember your prom song? Now I'm gonna take you back. Our prom song was "Make It Last Forever" by Keith Sweat.
Well, you can't remember forget none of his songs.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, ain't nobody getting on that night either, but
I ain't getting none either.
Carlos called that. But no, it is a big. Oh, you trying to think of your prom
Yeah, I'm
song?
trying to think of my prom song.
It probably was something by Ursha. I mean, y'all were in Chattanooga. Nice and slow. Nice and slow.
I used to love Ursha in high school.
Ursha, you got you say Ursha
I
now.
know you say Ursha.
But prom is really a big deal.
Prom is
Some
a
people
big
have
deal.
opportunity to go to two proms because they
Yes.
just have the junior senior prom, and then sometimes when you were junior as a female, you would go to the prom with a senior. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying, and enjoy yourself. Is it the same? Is it the same effect now, or do kids take it as serious as we did growing up?
Prom dresses are a whole lot different now.
Yeah.
Like, girls are
Yeah.
elaborate
Yeah.
for prom. I mean, they hire a photographer, they follow them around. It's a big deal. Like some of these dresses, like I sew custom, so I have sewn a few prom dresses, and they're elaborate.
Did you see the girl who showed up in the casket?
Oh no.
Yes,
no.
I saw that.
Okay, that was just too much.
Too
My whole
much.
parents
I
did
missed that.
Yes, Fabian, you remember your prom?
I did not go to prom.
Oh, you did.
Aww.
Where are you from, Fabian?
Yeah, great, baby.
Grady, baby. Okay. What high school?
Banneker.
Banneker.
So,
Oh, Fabian,
Banneker.
Banneker. Yeah, yeah.
California.
Kyla Paul.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Fabian's that
They
one
was
that's like,
scared.
I ain't go to the prom. No, he wanted to go.
You know
I
you
did want to go. I'm like, I'm not.
Your mom was scared to
I wanted
say-
to go.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Why
have to
you
go.
go?
I didn't have to go.
Oh.
Nowadays, the girls go, girls guys go
Right.
guys,
Yeah.
right?
Girls going with their friends now.
Right.
Like,
Ain't nobody dancing.
Right.
Everybody standing on the wall. But no, that prom is a very big deal.
It
And you
is.
can check out, it's the second annual Runway Boutique Prom
That's
Dress
dope.
Drive.
Yes.
We're going to hang out with Shatava today. We're going to talk more with her. Hey, if you're celebrating a birthday today,
oh.
happy birthday to you. Birthdays are being brought to you by Coach Oliver Adams.
Hey, Coach.
Y'all know Coach always says that true power comes from the inside of you. And once the power to live is ignited, change happens immediately. Coach got a new book out, guys. It's called Power to Live Through Obstacles. And you can check that out on his website, power2live.net. Hey, coming up, I'm going to tell you how Cherie and our relationship has changed via the text message. I'll tell you how she be throwing shade like crazy. Celebrating a birthday today, turning 49 years old today. Mariah Curry. Yeah, she's 49 years old today. Also, singer Jessie J. Y'all remember Jessie J?
Nope.
Neither do I. She's 31 though. Also, Fergie is 44 years old.
Oh,
today.
she looks
Remember
great.
Fergie?
Yeah.
Fergie is 44. Baseball pitcher Buster Posey is 32 years old today. And then y'all ever watch NCIS?
Yes.
Y'all know Abby? Remember
Yes.
Abby? So Abby left the show,
Yes.
I think last season. Paulie is her real name. Do you know how old Paulie is? 50 today.
Shut up.
Yes, the one with the tat, she had. Yes, she's 50 years old. That's what me and Tasha was saying. Wow, she's 50 years old. But happy birthday to Abby, aka Paulie, who's 50 years old today. And on the birthday list today, one of a famed film director or filmmaker, Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
57 years old today.
Oh,
Okay.
I saw the special on Samuel L. Jackson on 60 Minutes. Did y'all see that?
Yeah,
That was good, wasn't it, Carlo? That was pretty good. And I think they talk about how Quentin Tarantino gave Samuel L. Jackson some, a shot when they did Yeah, they ended up doing like 7 movies together, didn't they? But that famous Pulp Fiction jump. But if y'all haven't seen that Samuel L. Jackson on 20 minutes, 20, not 20 minutes, 60 minutes. What the heck?
Today is
old.
90 days.
So that's all I give you, but this the Netflix era. But after 20 minutes, and I'd be like, okay, time to take a break. Hey, we celebrated a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, and shout out to you and from Mornings with Michael and Friends, Power 108.9,
Yeah, yeah.
Top,
Yes.
FB Studio,
In
Sharif,
the
all that good
building.
stuff. We'll be right back.
Only on Wednesdays.
20 minutes.
20
Yeah.
minutes.
It's a new show, right?
Not one commercial.
Oh.
You know what's
Zero
funny
commercial.
about that, Mike? He actually does not get back to Chattanooga.
Who, Usher?
Ursh.
Samuel Jackson from Chattanooga.
I know, and his mom still lives there.
But he doesn't get back there I guess because of whatever, it was real, like a lot of racial tension when he was, whatever.
Okay.
And he said he just, he's supposed to visit him or whatever case it be, but he just don't have a lot of positive
Oh, wow.
memories
Oh,
of yeah.
But growing up in his era, I can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially up there.
wow.
Yeah.
That's sad, because his mom lives there. Oh,
I was last in freaking.
Oh yeah, yeah.
a lot of people don't do so much. Good morning, guys. I'm glad y'all are up this early.
Oh, you got some people walk over there.
I know.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite show, 60 Minutes.
I can tell.
I'm
I
actually,
know.
I'm actually
Oh,
broke
you
up
seem
with
like
60
you like
Minutes.
the
I ain't
60
watching
show.
Housewives. He's like,
What's 60
Yeah, I
minutes?
don't know.
Yes.
Love and hip hop.
Oh, definitely don't watch that. I keep
I
trying.
gotta
Actually, I've never watched it until
Right.
I started shooting people out there looking for my episode. Honestly, I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, okay, cool, fine, I'll shoot. Yeah.
Oh, Ready to Love. Did y'all watch Ready to Love?
yeah.
Say y'all ain't even watch me.
I was
Wow.
like, they
Wow.
interviewed me twice.
Wow.
And they
Yeah, my good friend Miss
That's what I
Basketball
was
was
on.
on that show.
Yeah,
That's
Christina.
my friend.
You got to
She-
show her.
I was just with her yesterday.
they cast it again. Did you
I
apply?
saw a post.
No, I would not be doing a
thing.
season 2 of
They had
Ready
to
to
tag
Love.
whatever.
I'm
You-
dating
you
on
are.
TV.
I love
No.
Christy. That's my
You not gonna do it?
Not the season 1 was enough.
A Facebook is
I didn't watch it.
No.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
never
dating
saw
in
her
Atlanta
play.
is difficult.
She had
Very.
to bring
Very
them together or something.
That's what I'm saying. I may need to take some twerk
That's
classes.
like 2 weeks ago. My wife.
Maybe if I twerk a little bit, I can find me a date.
Oh, Jay goes
Yeah.
No, because
You know, I'm
everybody
looking for
wearing
somebody a
classes.
little bit ugly, though. I'm not looking for
I said I'm
you know,
not
just
dark
a
ugly.
guy that's a little ugly,
Yeah.
you know, on the
Ugly.
little bit
Yeah.
right at obese.
Yeah.
Right at OB.
I saw his other.
Just have a playground in the front.
Yeah,
and
a little
stomach.
playground. I can lay right there on that nail.
Slide down.
Put some
Yeah, yeah.
juice in it.
Hey.
Yeah. We go make us a man.
We gonna make us a man. In that like hot sauce for Louisiana.
No,
I'll be back, y'all.
Red hot.
And so,
I'm back.
um,
I'm Ohio.
like a lot of the red carpet premieres, like probably know my boy Paris. Paris, the photographer. He does a lot of
We're back, hello. Mornings with Michael and Friends, Power 108.9. You like I did that? You like I did that, Sharif? Carlos can go. You ever seen Carlos on CNN?
No.
When you seen?
I didn't say Carlos.
Yeah.
I'm a shopper.
I'm sure those producers be like, "Yo, come on, Carlos. I go to commercial, Carlos." Shout out to Carlos though. That's not bad. He
What's up, Carlos? You can talk.
extraordinary manager. He's got a lot of good people that he manages too. Like if you look at his
That's right.
email and that
Mhm.
list, you know what I'm saying? He's got great clients. Speaking of great clients, Chatawa's in the building.
Hey.
Ready to Love. Y'all, you
Oh,
thought we weren't
goodness.
gonna talk about
Oh,
that?
I thought y'all
The
was
time
gonna
is going.
talk
I'm
about
ready
it.
to love. She
Yeah.
ready to love.
Season 2, they're casting.
We had Mike here. Mike came and hang out with us. Shay came and hang out
Okay.
with us. Stormy was here.
That's
so
Stormy.
we had 3. You're number 4. You're
I'm
the
number
4th
4.
person. We didn't bring you in. You didn't come in because of that.
I
You
did
came in
not.
because of the prom dresses.
Yeah, I did.
But we can't not forget about you being on Ready to Love.
Yes.
You can't find love in the 8.
You know, dating in Atlanta is hard.
Why?
Everybody has some type of motives.
Okay.
You know, and everybody does some. It's like it's driven by. It's a lot of fakery going on.
Ooh,
in Atlanta.
child.
It's a lot of fronting. It's a lot of people that's not genuine and not being themselves. So the first thing I would say is be into who you are, and it's okay to be you and the genuine you. You know, but being authentic is the most important thing.
Do you think, ladies, because Atlanta is such a melting pot from different areas in the U.S., it convolutes the dating pool. Did that make sense?
No,
No.
It doesn't
No,
because it's
no.
just different people here. From
that
Has
shouldn't
nothing to
matter.
do with it. You a man, you a man.
Right.
Okay, where you come
It
from?
doesn't matter where you come from. Just be grounded in who you are.
You come
I
to
got you.
Atlanta. Atlanta is tainting people. That's the problem.
It is.
People come here and they really have the intentions on doing good, finding love and a career,
Mhm.
and then you get in this circle with people you think got that going on, and then they don't have it.
now
and
that
it
makes
taints
sense.
you.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
So you think that you're supposed to put on the land of the fakery as well, and you really don't have
And
to.
you really don't.
Yeah.
Just be genuine.
I
You don't
got
have
you.
to be anything else but you.
And Fabian, I have to admit, you come across a lot of the industry folk. You know what I'm saying? You're a contractor by trade, turned photographer to say, hey, let me open up this studio. But you're not the, hey, I'm gonna go hit this red carpet. I'm gonna go be around. I'm gonna select. You're not that type of person. So you get to see it firsthand because you're not a part of that. Is that what you see as well? What they're talking about?
I think it's more so numbers in Atlanta by the dating scene what it is because here I think they say it's 7-1. So therefore, with it being 7-1 and people having options, a lot of options, that it makes it hard to focus on one. It's like if you give a child 7 toys, and how is he going to focus his attention on that one toy to give it what it truly deserves?
Okay.
Because you can't just have a toy; you have to really cherish that toy and play with that toy and grow a relationship with that toy. But if you got a whole bunch of toys in front of you, it's really hard to focus on one. So that's where the lies come in. That's where the distrust, dishonesty comes in because you're sitting there going from toy to toy to toy, putting your toys in what I call rotation. So then by the time you come back around,
And then that ADD, you said something about nurturing, taking the time and growing. Time is what none of us have.
Right. We don't
Yeah.
have
You know what I'm
we don't
saying?
have time to waste.
So
And
it's like
the
ADD.
thing is about women, I think we give so much of ourselves. Just we talk a lot. And my thing is, I'm beginning to be a really good listener. Like I want to hear what you have to offer. A lot of things you can spot, a lot of things that people say, you can pick up on the lies. If you just listen to what they're saying, you can pick up on a lot of different vibes. So with me, I've just learned to listen more, talk less, and when I feel like it's the right time, then I can give more of me.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
And a mistake that I know a lot of people make in the business arena, especially as it pertains to sales,
Mhm.
we don't listen like you just mentioned because we're too busy focusing on what we're going to say next.
Right.
And you miss those signals and you miss those
Yes.
signs. So it's all about listening, and
Right.
being a good listener.
Right. And with me, like I'm so busy with my business, I don't have time to date. So it's like I get the guys coming up to me all the time. I get guys approaching me a lot. But it's like for me, what is your motive for coming up to me? Like at this point, because I'm running around, I'm doing my thing. So what you want? You know what I mean? But
Right.
now I'm at a point where, okay, I'm open to something. It just has to be the right guy. It has to be the right guy. And it just hasn't happened.
And then you have to make time too. Like we say, we got to be careful what we say. If we continue
Right.
to speak, I don't have time for dating. I don't have time for this. Then that's what we would give off.
Right,
If
that's
we
true.
make time for what we want to make time for,
That's
so when
true.
the right guy walks up, you will notice that.
Yeah.
How long did you date my friend?
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Let's get
Uh-oh.
into
It
it.
seemed like
Uh-oh.
that
Let's get
is
into this.
Court is in session.
Well, we met like going on. I think this past March was 6 years.
Oh, wow.
We were friends. We actually met on Plenty of Fish.
Really? Online dating?
We met on Plenty of Fish. We went out. We really liked each other. We enjoyed each other's company. We became friends, and that's how it started. We went out, cruises together, traveling. We were doing all kind of things and just great friends. Then I think now it'd probably be like almost 3 years ago, I made that step, and I was ready then to make her my girlfriend. So then we became a girlfriend. And boyfriend for like a year, then we were in that. Then I actually surprised her. She had no idea I had the executive vice president of HLN set up the whole studio for me to propose to her. The cast and the directors also have flowers all spread out and candles throughout the studio. It was so amazing. I was so thankful. Shout out to Mr. Brian Bell. And I proposed and asked him to marry me. And we was engaged for about a year. And then this past October the 12th, we had a beautiful wedding. So,
dope invitation. And I asked him that because I knew they dated for a long time. Because I don't know no female. We the first ones like, oh, I'm not dating him for 3 years. He should know what he wants in about
Right.
a year.
A year.
You know?
Right.
And
I'll
it's
give
like
you
you
that
miss
much
out on your blessing rush
Sure.
and stuff. You don't build
I'm
the
lucky.
friendship.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I am more than lucky. When I tell you I'm so lucky that she waited for me.
That's
Yeah, you
amazing.
lucky.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I feel the
With the
same way.
studio, the photography thing, when we first met, I was like, oh, I don't really want to commit right now because all these, it was kind of wild in the early days. So, but she waited, and I am so lucky.
I feel the same way with Latasha because y'all know we've been together. My wife and I, we've been together for 26 years.
Oh wow.
We've been married for 22, going on 23 years now.
Ooh.
But I felt like I got lucky. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, back then, dating back then in the early 90s, it was totally different than it is today. So I can only imagine like what you
Oh
have
my
to go
gosh.
through now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
With Plenty of Fish and Tinder. And, you know, back then we was on classmates.com. You know what I'm saying?
It was word of mouth.
On slow internet. Like, come on. Get on the phone.
My thing, yes.
But, right, chat line, right? Chat line, when there's 100 people on the phone, you trying to say, hey, who is that? But now it's totally different. Let's talk about the intimidation factor, though. Like, we hear that saying all the time. You know, men are intimidated by strong and black women because, I mean, successful. Are they though? Do
They
men get
really
intimidated?
are.
I think so.
Yeah. I've almost been in a relationship a couple times, and the dude will kind of back off. And the thing is, like, you kind of got all this going on, and I'm like, okay, but like at the end of the day, we want to come home and take that cape off.
Yes.
But we just have to have somebody that we can, like, I want to submit. Somebody tell me, "Straight, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere today." Okay, okay.
Okay.
You know?
That's my pearls.
Yeah. But they are so intimidated by strong black women.
Yes, and it's like even in business, you know, I'm the boss everywhere else. You know, in my relationship, I want to be that submissive woman. I don't want to be the boss. I want somebody that, you know, that's going to be there for me and that I can submit to. Ultimately, I can cook for you. I can do whatever for you, and that's what I'm looking for.
When we use that word submissive, though, isn't that that has to be earned, though,
Yeah,
right?
Yes,
baby.
definitely.
Tell me where we
Yeah.
going. I'm not the ride or die chick. I'm not.
Yeah.
And I don't want to die. Tell me where we going and why we got to get there. I'm
Right.
really that chick. Like, I got questions.
You got questions.
Can't
And I
be
just
submitted.
like, you know, you can take me wherever and not even tell me, and I'm going. Just
Yeah.
well, I have to have that trust level.
Yeah.
It has to have, yeah, we have to have that foundation first. Important to build the foundation first. And then after that foundation is built, then there's that level
And
of
from a
trust.
male perspective, my wife, she's a very successful television producer at CNN. She's been there for like 10 years now. So it was an adjustment phase. You know, I've accomplished a lot to God be the glory, but this is my first woman being with that actually was like here. You know what I mean? So it was a different getting used to. Because I've always said to myself, I'll never depend on a woman. I'm going to be the doer, not the doee. You know what I mean? For my woman. So being with someone who was equal or higher, it was like, oh wow. But because I feel like myself to be a real man, I was able to accept a real
Exactly.
woman.
Oh,
Right.
real
I
man.
think people
Wow.
get into it with younger or people who aren't mature, who aren't developed, or whatever. Because age doesn't necessarily mean maturity.
Right.
And I think
Right.
that's where the problems kind of, sneak their way in there.
Yeah, people ask us some of the secrets of our marriage for so long in our relationship. One of the things is we don't have roles. There are no
Yeah,
roles
absolutely.
in the
That's
relationship. If the trash needs to be taken out, then somebody takes out
Right.
the trash. If dinner needs to be cooked, then somebody's going to cook dinner. We're not, hey, you do this. This is your responsibility and your responsibility. No, it's shared because we're one. You know what I'm saying?
That's,
It's one
yeah,
person.
that's important.
Yeah, you have to do that. Hey, speaking of relationships, when we come back, we're going to tell you how close Sharia and I have gotten.
My
Because you can
homie.
tell through the text messages how close we have got. Hey, prosecutors who decided to drop the charges against Jesse Smollett admitted on Tuesday that he does not believe that the Empire Star is innocent, but claimed he dropped the charges because the actor had no criminal background. The DA said that they're going to drop the charges based on the facts and circumstances, blah, blah, blah. So he is, between Sunday and Monday, he spent 16 hours performing community service for a civil rights organization. He also paid, he even forfeited the $10,000 bond that they had against him. So they forfeited that. But they claim that, this whole thing is over and that they're going to just let Jesse go about his way.
So I just didn't know who lied. Just the
Right, that's
prosecutor
what I wanna
ordered.
know.
But here's the deal. Here's what I said. This is how I put it because I had people arguing about it yesterday. You run a red light, right?
Right.
Officer gives you a ticket.
Right.
You go to court.
Mhm.
The judge drops the ticket.
Right.
You still ran a red light, though.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
then he guilty.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Come on now.
God, yeah.
Wow.
Jesse, call us.
I just wish more black people had had that prosecutor.
Exactly.
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 Everybody up there like Bill Cosby trying to holler at him. Or Kelly like, yo, what's up with me?
I think Lee Daniels stepped in and made a phone call like, look, come on.
Hey,
He probably did.
when we come back, we got more. It's Mornings with Mike and Friends. I got some new friends, y'all.
Friends.
Power went away for now. Wake up.
Funny crunk like this on Wednesdays. Continue to tune in every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, but I'm tuning in.
Yeah. What's up, Dr. Keisha? Good morning, girl. Hey, Faith Turner Food.
Good morning,
Toledo,
guys.
Ohio be in the building.
I hope y'all tuned in to 108.9 right now because we getting some good advice. We're talking about dating. We're talking about giving away prom dresses.
Yes.
We're talking about-
I got 2 dresses. I'm gonna bring them to you. You in St. Free?
Yes. Well, I'm actually about to relocate. It's a whole thing. I moved next to a hemp store.
Okay.
So the smell, I don't know what they're doing in these hemp
We
stores.
had some clients.
The smell
It's coming in through. It's coming
is
in
coming in.
through. Wow.
You know, I
So
It ain't
I know
supposed
all
to,
the
though.
feel like-
No, the problem is we're supposed to have a firewall in between.
Right.
And we don't have a firewall. See, they wasn't ready for this
Cam,
hemp store. I don't think they understood.
Cameron,
No, they didn't.
Mark.
Hey, what up, Doc?
I bring these time.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
a senior.
So I'm thinking about moving to, I have a location, so I'm trying to get them to go to Camp Creek.
Oh, okay.
So it's a different,
Come up here.
She
That's
just
a
like
big-
the
Come
thing
up here
is
to the
like
battle.
your life and it's
it's a lot of
like you're
traffic
like
over
behind
there
the
too.
scenes, so it's like
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
Especially if this the hangout.
Unless you can
No,
like,
you
this
wanna-
is like
We
these
going out tonight with the
wouldn't-
batter.
Right.
you know, 'cause
The
it's a
back is
lot
like
of,
the New Atlantic
it's a
Station.
lot of,
It is.
Mm.
Better.
It's the Cobb County.
Urban.
Yeah, it is. Right.
Right.
It is. A lot of police out here.
Now she doing more TV stuff.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, she
I'm
got
not even on.
entertainment.
Oh, good morning, everybody. I'm so happy that y'all woke up this morning.
Mornings with Mike and Friends. Power 108.9. Hey, today's show is being brought to you by our guy,
Michael,
Brian Jobert. No, I'm not. What? Why'd
we
you say
back
my
on
name?
for real.
Oh,
Power 108.9. I mean, we so, you
I
know.
was about to say something.
What you about to say?
I can't say it.
You want me to turn your mic off so you can say
No,
it?
you don't turn my mic off. Yeah.
Power 108.9 LB Tax Service. Shout out to Brian Jobert. I think Brian will be here next Wednesday.
You think so? It's my birthday next Wednesday. You guys are all welcome to come back. We're gonna have cake, no ice cream, just maybe Danish. Just
Where, here?
here.
Oh,
It's
you
my
gonna,
birthday.
are you going to come to you going to do the show on your birthday?
I gotta
Okay.
wake up.
yeah.
Wednesday's the only day I really like get up out of bed and get my life going.
Sharia's in the building with us. We talk about this partnership / relationship here and how this whole thing started. Well, not how it started, but how it's evolved
Yes.
over the weeks.
Trust, communication.
That's
no, we're
right.
not talking about that. You kind of bum
That's
rush.
important in business too.
It is,
Yeah.
but she kind of
I
just
just
bum rushed
lost
the
my
show.
trust.
Oh,
in him.
okay.
See, just-
Okay, that's different.
Well, after you blame me for that ticket
I
you
was just
got,
about to say he didn't even pay for my ticket.
but it wasn't my fault though. I'm not. You know what? I'm not about to talk about this right now. It's not even married.
See?
I'm not about to talk about this right now. I'm going to bed. Fix me a sandwich.
That's why I texted him the way I texted him.
Cut it diagonally.
And cut the crust
Cut off
off.
the
Right.
But I'm laughing because since Sharia has been joining us, our special guest co-host on Wednesdays, the text messages have changed.
Okay.
In the beginning, you know, it was like, "Good morning, I'm downstairs. Can you come get me?" And I go downstairs and get her. And then a couple weeks have passed, and it'd be like, "Hey, I'm downstairs." And then a couple of more weeks have passed. And then today's text message was, "Come get me." I'm like, what happened to the fun, you know?
First, when I started, I didn't even warn him. I was somehow just, people were letting me up. So he would look through the glass like, how'd you get up there? And I'm like, oh, they got my key downstairs waiting for me. Like, literally, for 3 weeks, I was just popping up. And then I think he told them.
Right.
So nobody was
Fix
looking
that
in.
real quick. Security. Fabian Butts is in the studio with us, FB Studios.
Yes.
I saw on your Snap, bro. Not Snap, but the Facebook. but you say you're gonna be honest and very candid and open today.
Yeah.
Nothing. You weren't holding anything back today.
Not holding
Uh-oh.
nothing back.
What prompted you to say that, brother?
Well, it's just a lot of people asking a lot of questions. With me being into the industry and doing things I do, working with people that I work with, just advice, things like that. Just I love to help people.
Yeah.
It's my mission, it's kind of my calling to help people. So I just thought I'd be candid. Ask away, anything, nothing's off limits.
So I got a question.
Okay.
How do you handle the land of the fakery, the request for free? For people that are just starting out, they think that because it's a celebrity, I should do it for free. But being in business, those are the ones who have the money that should be paying. How do you handle that, or do you forget?
Well, there's two different ways to go about it. What I personally do, I talk to them and I explain to them. So I feel like if you communicate things to people, then they have to, at least they heard what you have to say. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, cool. We do this, that, but you know what? This camera here costs like $4,000. This lens costs $2,000. That lens costs $2,000. These lights cost about $3,000-$4,000. And the studio isn't cheap either. So therefore, the same way you have a value, I have a value.
Exactly.
So therefore, if we can do some kind of trade to where we're getting value for value, I'm not talking about this photo credit. So you have to literally
Right.
shout me out and stuff
Right.
like that stuff. So it's like that. The thing, the crazy part is on the Instagram, like, oh yeah, she got 10,000 followers. I'd be like, oh, okay. Like that's not enough.
Right.
Like you need at least be millions plus before you get some free services
Exactly.
just off of GP. But I've been blessed though, honestly. Every single solitary celebrity that I've worked with, I love. Like even people that you see on TV that seem like they're all this, I have great relationships with them. So,
Yeah, I'll co-sign on that part because like I'm not a reality TV watcher, right? But we do get guests from reality shows up here. So when they come up here, like it's a clean slate with me. Like I don't know what's going on. I can talk to Tasha and she'll tell me, the behind the scenes of the person that they portray on television. But hanging out with them here, like they're just like regular folks, like
Right.
they're hustling. Like we have Veronica Vega on the show. Masika has been on the show. They're loving it. Masika Fetty Wap with that Fetty Wap baby mama. It's something like. But anyway, but just knowing them as people, like this is a hustle. I mean, not a hustle. This is a job for them. This is how they're earning their income,
Right.
portraying, who the producers want them to be from this reality TV show.
Right.
This question is for both of y'all because of your celebrity. And you get that request and they hit you with you can get some exposure.
Oh man, I'm a designer. My time is valuable.
Carlos on that laughing.
Exposure. Right, PR. Exposure. Time is valuable. Like for me, I'm a designer. I hand make everything from every stitch, from sourcing the fabric to doing the pattern to sewing. It's a lot that goes into making custom garments. And for someone to say, hey, Shatava, can you do it for me? Just understanding how much time I'm putting into it and value my time. I've had people come at me and say, hey, I'll pay you for the fabric. But what about my time?
Right.
And I appreciate every opportunity to make something for someone because I'm very passionate about creating garments, just sewing new things. I love that, but just understand that it takes a lot of time to do that.
Yeah.
It takes time.
exposure ain't never paid no rent.
Yeah,
Never,
it's
ever.
not paying the bills.
And you be like, well, I must be exposed because you found me, so I must
Carlos said
already be
expose me
exposed.
to the shit.
Right. Because now you have to put a value on your time.
Yeah.
Because previously we probably didn't. I remember when I first started doing internet radio, 10 years, it'd be 10 years in August. And, I would host gigs, go, I'm just trying to get out there. So, I would host at Cat's Cafe. If you got me 12 lemon pepper flats and 3 Coors Light, I was there. Like, there, you know what I'm saying? Because like, now I'm getting something out of it. But then as the brand begin to grow and you come at me like, yo, I'm going to get you some exposure. I'm like, dude, any more exposure for me, I'll be naked.
Hello?
But we don't need that. But you have to put value on your time.
Yeah.
And for me, I remember when the last house that we purchased, we were selling we had a estate sale,
Uh-huh.
and the people were coming like, "Yeah, we got any lawn equipment?" It was like, lawn equipment? Don't look like I cut grass, partner. Because the thing was, I valued my time more than spending 3 hours cutting the grass, because I could have did more productive stuff in that 3 hours
Yeah.
than pay somebody $25, $30 to cut the grass, because you got to understand how valuable your time is. And when did you know that how valuable your time was?
I would say for me it was, oh God, probably my second year into it.
Okay.
My first 2 years, I was just shooting everybody, just trying to develop my craft,
Got
develop
you.
my skill. So I'm self-taught. I taught myself from watching YouTube videos.
Wow.
How to shoot. So yes, I was shooting everybody in front of me. Then I got to the point where people were like, "Man, wow." I was already probably published like in about 10 or 15 magazines. But then my first literal year and a half or so, picking up a camera. So after that, I was like, you know what? These bills, I started wanting to upgrade equipment, and I refused to take money from my living to buy. I believe that what your gift should make room for you. So as I was getting huge contracts and big things, commercial shoots and stuff, I would buy equipment and stuff. So I was like, I want to buy more stuff. So I need to make some money. So that's how it started.
So Tava, for you, when did you realize, one, that you were good at designing, and then two, how valuable your time is?
I think it was back in college. Like, I used to create my own clothing in college and walk around just with my stuff on. And people used to be like, "Tava, I want that, I want that." And I used to be providing for everyone. But then I realized how much time it takes to make that, And then I started doing bigger shows. I started doing New York Fashion Week twice a year, making whole collections, and understanding that it's just not a lot of time to spend on creating a whole collection. And some of my friends saying, "Hey, I need this outfit, I need this outfit." So it's just being able to understand that this garment is taking a while to make. A whole collection takes a while, and it's a lot of thought process that goes into it. Finding inspiration for new garments every single season. I'm creating 2 collections a season. Fall, I create a collection in spring. So finding that inspiration, it's just a lot that goes into it, and that thought process. And when someone comes to me saying, "Just create something for me," it's a lot that goes into that creative process.
Right, because even that process of creating, that's time. Because depending on what it is that you do. Like for me, I run, so like on long runs, like most people say that's a great time for me to meditate and clear my mind. But that's usually the best time when I'm coming up with ideas.
Right.
But depending on how long the run is, my old ass will forget by the time I finish.
Exactly.
I'll forget. But a lot of times I do get a lot of inspiration from just being on, Silver Comet Trail, and give me a good run in, because now I'm free and I'm able to create, and that's time. You gotta have that time.
And I learned that people. Free is not appreciated. I did a whole live on free not being appreciated. And it's not even about exposure. It's like, I'm exposed enough because you found me, first of all. So clearly, I'm exposed. But people pay attention when they pay. They don't forget to thank you. They don't forget to shout you out because you've touched their pocket. When it's free, it's like, "Oh, I forgot to say, I forgot." You forget a lot because you didn't pay. So I learned that people pay attention when they pay.
When I go back to the shoot that we did at FB Studios for the TV show, I remember Fabian was, the studio had just opened, very professional. We worked out a great deal. I paid him for doing the shoot there. Like, I didn't want anything free because I respected his business and where he was going.
That's
and
true
then,
support.
and then you fast forward, 5 years later, we talk about the relationship that we still have with each other. Like, I think that's more important than anything, because I appreciated what he did for us when we shot.
Right, and our business can't do anything or be anything without support. So it comes from the support of the people believing in what we do. And that support goes a very long way.
And now 5 years later, he asked me for the damn footage. God damn it, Fabian. Why can you ask me the day after we shot?
Right, at least a week.
At least a week, yeah.
Right.
But I'm going to find it for you, Fabian. Hey, check Fabian out, FB Studios. You can check him out on the gram. And don't forget, it's the 2nd annual Runway Boutique Prom Dress Drive. Miss Shatava is hanging out with us today. Shatava Lindsay, to be more Pacific. How they sit up in Chattanooga. Hey, for those that want to donate, how can they do that?
You can always hit me up on Instagram. I am Shatava. Go to my store page, Shop Runway Boutique. Send us a message. We'll be happy to collect any dresses you have.
Hey, did I mention that today is the 27th of March, 2019? And fellas, I know you're gonna be happy about this day. You'll never forget it because it was on this day in 1998 that the U.S. and the FDA approved a prescription drug called Viagra. Yes, it was the first pill for male impotence. On this day,
Jeez.
1998.
Oh my God.
Back in 98, I thought I'd never need a damn Viagra in my life. Fast forward 20 years later, guess what? Hey, can I get 6 more of them pills?
Tasha was like, you don't need no pills.
Just give me
I'll
4.
be a pill.
Just give me 4. They'll last me the entire year.
Special occasion pill.
Yeah. What's old now, though?
Oh, well, that, you know.
Hey, when we come back,
16,
I heard them things. You be running from them
we're
Viagra.
going to play some this or that.
Oh, yeah,
I'll tell you. We say you be running from them?
That's what they say. They're like, get away from me. 4 hours later,
Damn.
you still go somewhere.
Yeah,
Look at Fabian. Look at Fabian's face. Fabian over there like, I'm a Cialis guy myself. Hey, we come back. We got more. It's Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9.
Good morning, Rodney. Lipstick and cognac.
Oh, Shay said Michael is the shit.
Hey, Shay.
Yes, he is.
What up, y'all? Oh, this life is so long and it's so
Here we
early.
come, y'all. Give me a second. What up, come on?
Good morning.
Because they had just had James Brown.
I did think I heard so.
You see it for old
With
now?
Van Jones up in
But what is old nowadays?
That's what I'm, yeah.
Michael
Like,
Jackson.
the food,
was
the
like-
diet.
They were like,
Like, so
Michael like got Benjamin Button, he Asian backwards.
they like outlaw James Brown. You know,
I
like,
don't know.
Princess, you know,
Chilling vibe or like
he just always
They are.
reached out to, you know, the James Brown, especially like,
Oh my
kids and stuff. So it's like, hey, you don't get an opportunity. So
All right.
she wanted.
This is
Yeah,
good.
come on, like I say,
Game.
Yeah.
she
Uh-oh.
wanted, she good people, man. I mean, she like, she the plug. No, his
Who
wife,
is
his wife.
Oh,
Like,
Janelle?
yeah,
Janelle is dope.
yeah. Like, I was telling somebody, I said, they're like, man, how the hell you always get? Because I remember, like, when Trump called the NFL players, some
thank you guys for joining.
in like a
I hope y'all
6-8 period, I had probably like 11 bookings on CNN. And initially, they actually called to ask me. I said, you know what? But this one, I think you guys need to actually talk to the players because I think this is because I saw the momentum, and you know, because initially, none of the NFL teams wanted their players to address the whole thing. They didn't want, and so eventually they started to
They woke
come
now.
around. You know.
Yeah, Dr. Keisha said Wednesdays are on and popping. It is the largest day on Mike. Good morning with Michael and Friends. Wednesday is the only popping day of the week.
Long time.
Thinking about moving it to Friday. But then I'll be traveling and I'll be stuck.
At least give me the opportunity.
Hey, Carlo, can you dial a number for me on your phone, Carlo?
Down. Okay.
I'm gonna do a quick bit. 301-520-9245. That's my partner Treetop.
9245.
45.
Matrix. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I see you?
I think I did see Christina's photos that you
Yeah, the one.
took. Yeah, that was so
We back
cool.
out. Mornings with the Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Got an awesome show for you today. Got some cool people hanging out with us today. As a matter of fact, today is March 27, 2019. And did you know that it was on this day back in 1976 that Washington, D.C. opened up the subway system, that old metro. Treetop, what's up, man? This is Babyface down here in ATL, Georgia. Hey, man, I don't know. Hey, I don't know if you know this, Tree, but it was on this day in 1976 that Washington, D.C. opened up the subway system, a.k.a. Metro. You remember that day?
I'm at the metro right now.
Hey man, that's what I'm talking about. Treetop. Hey, for those that don't know, Treetop gave me my nickname Babyface back in 1980. What was that? 82, 83, Tree?
Yeah, born like 84, 85, somewhere around there.
So, somewhere around there. That's what I'm talking about. Hey Tree, man, I love you. Be safe in them streets up there.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, yo.
Yeah, yeah.
You stay safe down there.
You know I will. Hey, I love you, man. I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. I'm coming to see you, man.
Make it happen. Let's do it.
All right, I'll be down there.
People don't know how to hang up.
Right.
All right, Tree. Yeah.
Hey, you know your grandmama
What you doing, man? I'm so proud of you, man.
Man, thank you. I really appreciate that. Hey, you know I got to go to a commercial now, right, Tree?
I'll do you, baby.
I
I
What?
yeah, right. You heard that? That's my partner, Treetop up in DC, and I always show love to my Southview family because you know those guys. I
How you get that name though? Treetop. What happened?
He's tall. He's like super duper
okay.
tall. So there was Treetop, and then there was T-Top. Lil Rob, rest in peace. He was shorter. There was Super Size Mike, Gangster George, Go Go Al, Capitol Hill Herb.
And then Babyface.
I was Babyface, yes.
Gangsters and then the Babyface.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I used to run with the big dogs up there in DC because they was always a little older than I was. You know what I'm saying? I was like 14, they was like 17. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bring families.
Hey, watch out now. Throwing out all those things out there. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna reset this thing. Shout out to Treetop and the whole Southview crew up there.
Yeah. Shout out to Treetop at the Metro.
Yeah. Drive that bus, John. Yeah. Come back.
Like
Go
rock
ahead.
with it though.
Yeah, you know that's what I wanted to do when I
Wait,
go on
no, I didn't.
I want to drive a Trailways bus. That's what I wanted to
Really?
always do. Yeah. That was like a dream job.
You still there?
Just do
Nah, I can't peel her apart, nor can I back up.
Oh no.
So those are, I'm sure those
Yeah,
are requirements
yeah,
for
yeah.
riding a bus.
Yeah,
Right, you like a little historian.
Now-
Everything has a date. Remember 1972
Right.
at 3 o'clock in a sunny day? Remember 1946? Like you a little historian.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. Mornings with Michael and Friends, Power 108.9. Got some cool guests hanging out with us today.
Yep.
March 27th, 2019.
Mhm.
And did you know that it was on this day,
What was it, Mike?
1866,
Uh-huh.
U.S. President Andrew Johnson vetoed the Civil Rights Bill.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes, it later became the 14th Amendment, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was 1866. Johnson said, nope,
That. Okay.
I know. Jackson, yeah, Andrew Johnson, yeah.
We here.
Yeah,
We
you
hear
believe he
him.
did that? The hell with you. That's why you get reelected.
So,
Hey, we hanging out with some cool people today. FB Studios is in the building.
Building.
Fabian's in the building. We're also gonna play some this or that today too.
Mike is.
I'm waiting to see who on the hot seat. I'm waiting to get the message from our
Oh, you
producer.
getting the message? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, prom dress drive is coming up. It's the second annual
Yes.
Bring your
Runway
dresses.
Boutique.
Bring
Yeah,
your
bring
dresses.
your dresses to Runway.
I just said bring your
Breasts.
breasts.
That
Bring your breasts.
Oh, that
Bring those too.
Look at my PR over there.
We can alter them to fit your breasts.
Yeah, we can alter them to fit.
Chataba, why you still do this?
I just have a passion for giving back. I know how hard it was for me getting a prom dress, something nice for me, and I just want girls to have that special feeling on getting something that they love, something that's beautiful, and they don't have to worry about it that expense,
Yeah.
especially their family. you
How do
know?
they get these dresses?
They just come up to the store.
Really?
They can contact me. Like I said, they can contact me. I'm doing some where I'm giving away some to schools as well. So just let me know. Come up to the store. We're also doing it in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Next week we'll be doing a big giveaway in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Sweet.
So it's a really big thing for me. I'm expanding Atlanta and Chattanooga.
Well, that's
so
awesome.
Nice.
just
That's
want to
awesome.
capture a big picture here.
Fabian, how has being married, what, even going back, just being in a great, healthy relationship, man, how has that changed the business model for FB Studio?
It hasn't. Not, I can honestly say that it hasn't. I joke around and tell people like, because part of photography, it's establishing a relationship with the subject so that you can really work and get the best out of them. So my wife is so open. She's so amazing again. One of the things I love about her, but literally I deal with a lot of art, a lot of women, a lot of naked women. And she always tease me and be like, all right, go have fun. Shoot your naked women in. And, you know, and there's times where I have to put oil on them and all that stuff. She'll walk in and be like, hey, babe. And I'd be like, hey, if you need me, I'll be upstairs. I'd be like, cool.
Mhm.
And we just have that relationship and dynamic. So I think it's really important when you're passionate and you're creative or artist that you get with someone who understands the industry,
Right.
understands what you're doing. 'Cause that makes it easy.
Right.
Because it could be a big, like I couldn't be a jealous type person and do what I do
Oh,
because that would not work.
Right.
But I'm just blessed.
Because now, like when you have a partner that's very understanding about it and respects the fact that this is your craft, 5 years down the line, you can't come down and be like, oh, you can't do that anymore. That's like, my stripper days, like,
Thank God.
me and Tasha together. Now you're telling me I can't strip no more.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? I can't Magic Mike that thing no more.
Tasha's like, no, man, keep it in the house.
Right.
But you can't do that though.
Helps, though.
Yeah.
You're transparent, you're open, so they see everything, they have full access to everything.
Mhm.
It makes it easier for them to trust you
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
And who she is. Like, he can talk about his wife all day, but like literally, she is the bomb. Like her, even as a friend, we could not talk for half a year, and I say, Janelle, my birthday is such and such. I think my husband set up something back then, and I walked in the place, Janelle sitting right there, like her demeanor, her character. It's just who she is. She's a bomb female. So like you said, you got lucky. You really got lucky because she is exactly the way he's explaining her all the time.
Yeah. And I think like what I see in you, Fabian, like I'm not saying you are always mean. Like, sometimes you see Fabian, like he's just straight, like now, right, exactly. Come and skip the shit. Right, exactly. But now it seems like it's brought out to me like that personality that's always been in there. Because you're a funny guy.
Yeah. I think so. She's helped me. She's definitely made me a better me
Okay.
than I was before. So I'm
Oh,
excited.
it's so sweet. It's so sweet. He's just so happy. You gonna get home tonight? She was like, "Okay, that was some BS you was spitting on mornings with Michael and friends." For you, sis.
yes.
Are you still ready to love?
I'm still ready. I'm dating.
Okay.
No.
Um,
Is that we hate and
Right, you
learn me. I
Right.
want learn me.
okay.
On the
She said
dating
dating,
part,
yes.
yes. I wanted you to explain.
Yes.
You're dating because in the 70s that meant you got a boo.
Mhm. I am,
In 2019,
yeah. I'm-
Several.
Yeah. No. I'm dating someone.
oh, just one person.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'll see where that goes.
Is it
But
somebody from the show?
no.
Oh, okay.
You know on the show?
unfortunately, I could not.
was on Ready to
Yeah, I was
Love.
on Ready to
I
Love.
didn't know that.
We talked about that.
I thought she knew somebody on
No,
Oh, no,
I was
she was on
actually
there.
on the show
Mhm.
looking for love, and unfortunately,
In the wrong
I was
place.
unable to find love on the show.
Oh.
But I did find some amazing females. So
Okay.
some great sisterhood that was developed on that show. A lot of the women on the show are just so amazing. We all do different things, and the love and respect level that we have for each other has just been so amazing. So
Yeah.
I appreciate Will Packard and Oprah for that relationship.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. It's shout out like some of the castmates, like I mentioned,
Yeah.
Stormy was here.
Love
You're
Stormy,
here.
yeah.
Shay hung out with
Love
us a
Shay.
couple of times. Mike came through and hung out with us a couple of times.
So what is this guy doing that's keeping your attention?
Just being
Ooh, great
consistent.
question.
Just being consistent, understanding my life, understanding, I'm old school, dating, the doors opening up for me. He's a gentleman, and it's nothing like an amazing gentleman that understands, and that's what he does. He's
Hey.
consistent.
Hey, y'all, watch this. Hey, yeah, we had some great people on the show. You were here from Ready to Love. We had Stormy on the show. We had Shay on the show. We had Mike on the show.
Is that
No. I'm being funny.
The biggest thing about Ready to Love is what was everyone's purpose
Exactly.
for being on the
Right.
show? Dating on television is hard because you have to, okay, what are you really here for? Are you here for exposure? Are you here to really find love? And I think that's the misconception of the show. Again, it was some amazing people that I came into contact with, but you have to question people's motives.
And I can go back. I can honestly say the first and second season, I say, of The Apprentice, when
Mhm.
President 45 was on there, those were some classic episodes. They were dropping great, NBA type of information on them shows.
Mhm.
But like in any reality show, the more and more you do it, now you got to start thinking about the motives of the other
Yeah.
people, and it kind of got watered down where it
Right.
didn't make sense.
Right.
So a lot of times, like even now doing reality television, like why are you here?
Yeah. What are you here? What's your reasoning for being here? Are you really ready to love? And
I think you should.
a lot of people were not ready to love. They weren't ready to make that step. And if you're not ready for that, don't go on the show
Right.
and say that you are. You know what I mean?
Hey, when y'all hear that music right there, y'all know what that means. It's time to play some this or that. And I just got the information in from our producers.
What they say? Okay, there it is. They said.
Shatava, you're on the hot seat today.
Oh, my goodness. Let's go.
Shatava Lindsay. You got the second annual prom dress drive
Yes.
coming up.
Yes. Yes.
She's doing it in Atlanta and in Chattanooga,
Yes, I am.
Tennessee.
Mhm.
That's where Chattanooga is.
Yep,
It's in
that's
Tennessee.
what they said.
Is Chattanooga the capital of Tennessee?
No.
Knoxville.
Come on now.
Nashville.
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 Nashville. I
Only
knew,
my friend. Only my friend.
I knew it was an N. Knoxville, Nashville.
No, my Nashville. Tennessee.
He only cares about DC, first of all. He can tell you everything about DC.
I love some go-go music though.
There you go. got
I
you
do too.
go.
I love go-go.
All right, so here's the deal. Shatava, you're on the hot seat today.
Okay.
We're gonna play some this or that. I knew you were coming on the show like 90 weeks ago because Carlos told me. So Carlos, he's like, huh? So what we did was we got some questions,
Uh-oh.
and it's a game
Yes.
to see who knows you best
Mm.
between Sheree and I, right?
Okay.
So what we did was we picked the answers based on what we think you will say.
Okay.
All right. So for instance, you grew up in Chattanooga.
Yes.
Did y'all have y'all cereal on top of a refrigerator or in the pantry?
It was on top of the refrigerator.
On top of the they had no money.
Nope.
Yeah.
They had no pantry.
We can relate to that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
we didn't have no pantry.
Right,
Yeah, we have
exactly.
it. It's probably-
Where was y'all at, Fabian?
In my mouth.
It didn't last
I
long.
was cereal, kind of sore my bowl.
Eat your cereal.
He was eating out of pot.
I was like on Friday, but
Oh, my
So that's how this
God.
game works, right? And like I said, I've been knowing you for about an hour, 16 minutes.
Yes.
You've been knowing her for
365 million hours.
there you go.
Yeah.
So you know her
Wow.
best. So here's the
I
deal.
didn't say.
Well, this is a contest between Sheree and Michael, and all you got to do is pick one, okay?
Okay.
It gives our listeners an opportunity to get to know you a little better.
Yes.
For instance, you wake up in the morning, you got 2 boxes of cereal on the table,
Mhm.
right? One is Frosted Flakes.
Okay.
The other one is Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Which one do you choose?
Ooh, does the Captain Crunch have berries in it?
It's just Captain Crunch. sis.
No, then I have to go with the frosted.
Give me my money.
We both got that one. Calm down. 1-1. The next one, Cheetos or Cheese Puffs?
Cheetos.
Cheetos, okay.
Mhm.
2-1. Sheree is in the lead. How about this one? Mexican or Italian? And we're talking food, not men.
I'm like, okay. No, Mexican.
Mexican. All right, 3-1. Would it be
Uh-oh.
different if we were talking men?
No, I kind of like them.
A Mexican?
Like a little chicken.
Hey, if they tall.
You're not gonna find many.
Right, I'm about to say, how many of those you got?
I found some tall, you know. Well,
They
must be
like
mixed with
1
black.
out of 1,000.
Moving on. Moving on. Yeah.
Okay.
How about this one? Lemon pepper wings or hot wings?
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. All right. 2-3. Mike, Sheree is in the lead.
Uh-oh.
McDonald's fries or Chick-fil-A fries?
I don't eat McDonald's, so Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. 3-3.
You bougie
I
now.
don't
3-3.
eat McDonald's. They don't care about the food, the stuff they feed the people.
How about this one? Cruise vacation or destination vacation?
I like destination.
Destination. 4-3. Michael is in the lead
Uh-oh.
right now. How about this one? Vegas or Miami?
Miami.
Miami. We both missed that one.
We missed that one. I was gonna say
What you
Miami.
jumping for?
I
Yeah.
like the beach.
We both picked
Vegas,
Vegas.
Susan.
All right, how about this one? Here go a real hood question.
Oh, turn up 40.
Turn up.
Coleslaw.
Grape, grape Kool-Aid or red Kool-Aid?
Red.
Red Kool-Aid. All right, bam. That's perfect because right now the score is tied 4-4.
Oh.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
This is the bonus question.
Yeah, here we go. I know who you picked.
And because we are celebrating the birth of one Mariah Carey, the bonus question is going to be worth 49 points today.
That
Okay.
guy used you.
Bam. Yeah, I did. So here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
You just finished up the prom dress drive.
Yes.
Where can they drop off at?
Do y'all know?
No, I'm asking.
No, where?
No,
Oh.
I'm plugging it real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
At
this-
Rowan Boutique, 290 Hood Run Drive, Suite B4, Atlanta, Georgia, 30328.
and how long are you accepting dresses?
This week, this is my last week accepting dresses. The giveaway is next month. Next month is April, right?
Sounds
Yes, April. Because prom is coming up. I gotta get these girls their dresses so they can make it to prom.
Now it was a success, like it's always been. The first
Yes.
one was great. This one is
Yes.
going to be greater.
Yes.
And after the event, though, you don't feel like driving home, right?
Mhm.
So I hand you the trap phone, and the
Okay.
trap phone ain't got but 3 telephone numbers in it.
Okay.
And you can only call one of these people to drive you home.
Okay.
And it's for 49 points and the win.
Okay.
Who are you calling to drive you home? Is it Smokey Robinson, James Brown, or Luther Vandross? Who are you calling to drive you home for 49 points and the win? Who are you calling?
I'm calling Luther.
Ah, for the win, man.
It's the twerk. It's the twerk.
Well, congrats to you.
Yes.
Congrats to you, man. Luther. Yeah, you won. One more time. Shout out how people can follow you.
Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, all my social media. I am Shataba. Follow my boutique store, Shop Runway Boutique, and follow my custom brand, Hourglass collection for women that we have the figures in mind. We
Yeah.
love women with curves. So Hourglass collection. That's spelled Ourglass.
That's
Nothing
what
but
I'm
little
talking
booties.
about. For the little booties.
No,
It's not for the
little
little
booties matter
booties.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys,
Yeah.
little boots didn't matter. They do
Yeah,
matter, but they don't get no love.
Slim glass is what I call them.
Fabian Butts, what you got coming up, bro?
Man, so much stuff. Actually, we're going to be starting a branding and marketing company where we're going to help take people to that visual, call it visuals on marketing tips and strategies. We already have the photography, we already have the video, we already have the graphic skills and relationships that we've made over the last 20 years. So we're doing that, shooting, and other television shows that are about to come. So I'm just really excited.
Congrats to you, man. It's
Yes,
good seeing you.
congratulations.
We got some work to do too, man. We got some work to do. I'm gonna find that flash drive.
All right,
I
cool,
promise you.
please.
I'm gonna find that flash drive. Hey, just FYI, I got a note in from our producers as it pertains to our game, this or that. Unfortunately, Cherie, you have been disqualified
Why?
because it says that in the fine print, it says that if you know the co-host has worn an outfit made by the guest, then it does not qualify you to win. So unfortunately,
Oh.
you've been disqualified, and it goes back to the house.
Which
I
is
won
me.
again.
So I'm in the house too.
I won again.
Oh, it's cool.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to
Maybe next time.
somebody there. The people already giving me my props. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What you got coming up?
I like to thank God for this reward. First and foremost. Yeah. Check me out, you guys. Hey, I'm on a church tour talking about domestic violence all over Atlanta. I've been on tour every week in March. So join me for that. We have an open house coming up for those who are interested in getting involved with domestic violence. I have a show coming out on Oxygen, and I think it's like 2 weeks. I have the exact air date for myself starring. And also, my birthday is next week, Wednesday. That is the national holiday. The national holiday. All are invited up here at studio. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, before we get out of here, I gotta give my "That's What You Get" award. It goes out to this dude down in Brazil. He was sitting in his car, he parked his vehicle. He was waiting for this young lady who he didn't know was an MP in Brazil, right? He jumped out and went to go attack her. Well, little did he know that she was armed with a gun, and he jumped out in front of her, and guess what happened?
She popped
She
it.
shot the hell out of him.
Yes.
And he's laying on the ground dead. That's what you get. That's exactly what
shot him
you
in the
get.
knee, though.
Nah, she
You shoot
she
to
ran
kill.
up on him. Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah.
That's exactly what
She did a great job. So shout out to him. I bet you he won't be running up on nobody.
Right.
Yeah,
I wish that girl had a gun with the guy in Texas.
Hey,
Right.
tomorrow is Thursday. Y'all know what that means. Valerie Randolph will be in the building tomorrow. But tonight, don't forget, we got a busy night tonight here at Power. 20 years of counting with Michael and Latasha, or is it Latasha and Michael?
Natasha and Michael.
And right after that, it's the T Marie Radio Show with T Marie and Q. They got Sandy coming on.
Coming in, that's what we
Sandy
know.
gonna come hang out tonight. Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Mornings with Michael and Friends on Power 108.9. Wake up.
So baby is the go-to guy for everything.
Seems like it.
You are.
That's
Yeah,
what you
my
get.
girl Valerie from the 100.
Valerie Randolph.
Yeah.
Yes, she'll
Yeah,
be here
that's
tomorrow.
my girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know she's on the board that the National Coalition of 100.
Okay. Yeah, she sure is.
Yeah, they do gourmet gents.
Gourmet Gents. That's how we first.